Hi Leo, welcome to the Black Hearted Oracle. Now before we get started, I'd like to pay homage and reverence to Mother Sustainer, Father Creator, and of course, my beautiful ancestors. Now, this is a reading for June, and it is your Where Do We Stand spread, and it's you versus your POI, and the POI represents person of interest. So let's get started. These are the energies of the reading. And it says, what do you need to say? Say what you mean. Number 18. And this comes from the Healing Yourself reading cards. It says, say what you mean. Take some time to clarify what you need to communicate and to whom. Honest communication begins with you. Take a moment to connect within and ask yourself, in what area of my life are you hiding or denying how you feel? Does your relationship with your partner need revamping? Are there things that are not working? Who are the people in your life that you must be honest with? This is your opportunity to take back your power and to share clearly, wisely, and honestly what does and does not work for you. When you, excuse me. When you feel vulnerable, you can be easily swayed to say what you feel the other person wants to hear in order to keep the peace. The message of this card is that you need to say what you really mean, whether someone likes it or not. The next message comes from the Moon Oracle deck, and it's leaves, choices, first quarter, moon waxing in water. It says, when the moon moves into the first quarter in water, 90 degrees from the sun, it faces half dark and half light, and everything is held in balance. Emotions can go either way, and choices have to be made. You must now decide whether to throw yourself wholeheartedly into an emotional situation or partnership. The promise of a successful outcome is there. The next message comes from the Crystal Rock deck, and it's Emerald. It says, what is it? One of the four precious gemstones, emerald radiates with a wet, lush, verdant energy. Historically, emerald is associated with love, beauty, and sex. So if you're into that, if you're into any of that, you might want to associate yourself with this saturated green gem. Who means it? Aestheticious. I can't pronounce that word, sorry. Bohemians, Epicureans, and Transcendentalists. On a chain over your heart or on a ring at the base of your left thumb, perched atop the Venus Mount. That's where you should put it. When to use it. When you are temporarily lost the courage to love or be loved. When you're in need of a total refresh, open your heart to limitless possibilities with Emerald. Point your heart towards grace. The next one is Celestite. Celestite. Okay. What is it? A blue-gray celestite is a delicate sulfate mineral with airy, buoyant blue cotton candy vibes. It gets its name from the Latin word for heaven. And if you close your eyes and ask nicely, maybe it will take you there. Who needs it? Anyone brazenly ignoring the consistent inner voice that actually has some good ideas for how you might better handle this whole life thing. Where to put it? As a calming adornment whenever you meditate or pray. When to use it? When it's time to stop and really listen. With Celestite as a guide, you may be surprised what you hear. Tune into your serenity. So please keep these energies in mind, and then I want to point out that a lot of your cards are struck in with blue, so this is dealing with your emotions. Goodness gracious, these people and their construction. Okay, the next message is how you see yourself, transformation, the trickster, the child nature, the family room, and discover your life's purpose. And the transformation card speaks of you coming into a time where you're going to be transforming your life. So you see that whatever you've been through in the past, you'll be being able to transform it. And what it seems like from these these archetypal cards, right? Because the trickster, it says in the light attribute, you're transcending convention, stiffness, and predictable behavior. In the shadow attribute, you're manipulating others through duplicity. And with the child nature, in the light attributes, it says friendships with animals, communication with nature, spirits. And the shadow attributes is a tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. So as you can see, to me, it's telling you that you're coming in from the lower shadows and moving into the lighter attributes of the trickster and the nature child card. And this definitely has to do with your home, because you're looking for a new beginning within your close relationships. You know, because this is the family room. This is the drawing room where the family would actually meet and discuss secrets, you know. So this represents anywhere like where you'd have privacy and closeness with your close members of your family. And the Discover Your Life Purpose card is speaking of a time where you're coming into, where you have to follow that inner voice to find out what it is that you really want to do with your life. And through the transformation, you'll be asking yourself these questions. And it says, start asking yourself, what is the meaning of your life? As a soul who is having a physical experience, you are here to grow and learn. You are being asked to immerse yourself in this life by expanding, stretching, and understanding your reasons for being here. Nothing is impossible for a soul who is following her or his destiny. Your guides, angels, and higher self are constantly communicating with you through signs, feelings, people, books, etc. Follow your hunches. You are being given important guidance, which may show up via a strong feeling to travel somewhere, to speak to someone, attend a seminar, write, paint, etc. No matter how far-fetched your inner guidance is, you need to listen to it. Your soul's purpose includes a combination of experiences that your mind doesn't understand, but that your soul needs to process to learn and grow. Some of these experiences will be enjoyable and heightened. Others will be challenged and cause you to struggle. But through them, you will know yourself. Give yourself permission to focus on what really makes your heart sing and put your intensity of emotions into attracting what you desire. Yeah, so you've come to the point of realizing that instead of focusing on trying to manipulate people and, you know, not respecting the environment that you are, including your close kin, you're coming to a transformation because you want to experience more and expand into a place of your true calling. Now the next card is how you see your POI. And the first one was entrapment. Then you have destroyer, courthouse, the gentle gardener, and strength. Okay, so let's read entrapment, and that's number 34. It says, you are letting too many things in your environment control your life. You have drawn this card because it is time for a shift in personal power. You are encouraged to take responsibility for your life and to choose new ways of thinking that create change. The reality is that for you to make the changes you want, need, and desire, you need a system, daily discipline, and motivation. As long as you blame outside influences for any circumstances in your life, you are powerless. It's the government, your abusive background, your interest rates, and the bank's fault. The system that many ultra-successful people use is They read books every day, listen to audios, go to as many seminars as they can, practice recognizing others' achievements, and form relationship with like-minded people. All right? And you see their archetype as being a destroyer. And it says in the light attributes, releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for a new life. In the shadow attributes, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potentials, right? And then you see that the courthouse. So this is telling me like your partner, if you guys are married or you guys are in a civil union, it's telling you that it seems like your partner is trying to destroy that because they're wanting a new life and they're realizing that whatever they're in, they feel like it's an entrapment. Because right now they're at the point where, they want to build the life that they want. For here, and also the gentle gardener is speaking of, word sound is power and how you think and planting the good seeds that you want instead of reaping only the negative that your thoughts go on when they're not controlled. And you're seeing that they have the strength to do this because 44 is a master number. So you're seeing that they have the strength, that they've come into their own, or they're coming into their own. And if this means that they're going to leave this relationship in order to get the new life that they're looking for, that's what they're doing. Next, we have how you see the relationship. All right. So we have 46 coming apart. And it says, coming apart. Now is the time to take separate paths. The coming apart card is a sign to put an end to what is no longer working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Perhaps you need a break, a promise, or change courses because you took no more than you could handle. This is a perfect time to reassess your goals and values. Are your actions in alignment with what you believe in? Have you created a partnership that is not mutually beneficial? Separation, dissolution, and desperation are all in focus now. If someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of the sense of fear. The price you'll pay will not be worth the prize. Separation brings good fortune. Yeah, so you're seeing now that the relationship is really coming to an end because you see that there's change happening here. And this card speaks of you leaving and in a place of residence and not going back to it. So it's telling you now if the relationship is coming apart, be glad for that change because regardless if you guys should come back together later, what it's telling you is now is not the time for that. Now's the time for both of you to be on your own separate paths in fulfilling your life purpose. Remember you had fulfilling your life purpose and your partner also had that they wanted a new life and they had the gentle gardener where they were trying to plant new seeds for abundance, right? So don't get stuck in this vanity of trying to keeping up appearances when all that's needed is a true separation. Next, we have what you're expecting. We have purity, poverty, and completion. Okay, so the purity card speaks of a new slate. It speaks of a brand new life where everything that happened before has been wiped away and now you get to choose your path and your direction. But honestly and truly, you're living in fear because this is a 10 and this comes to an end of a cycle. And you're expecting poverty because the changes that are happening, maybe you are ill prepared for them. But what this is saying is that grieve your loss. Every completion is a dawn of a new day. So feel the sorrow, grieve the loss, but realize that you have the opportunity to do whatever it is right now, as long as you can focus your energies on what you truly desire and truly need. Because it seems like this relationship has been coming apart for a while, and it just hasn't manifested completely because one of you are holding on, and it seems to be you, Leo. Now, this is the outcome, and it's Golden Palace in reverse, bad health, and arise. Golden Palace is number 23. Okay. It says, let go of your tight hold on what you believe security should look like. Conserve your energy and count your blessings. Resist the pull to become miserly. A mindset of fear and lack will shut off the flow of true abundance. Okay. Trust in the tides because the flow always returns from the ebb. Chop wood, carry water, as the Chinese proverb says. Practice faith and treasure will be revealed. In fact, you'll find it in plain sight. Right? And this card speaks of bad health. But, I mean, it's a 4, so I'm more attuned to think that this has to be bad health for the stability that you're wanting. But the Rumi card, Arise, is on, let me find that real quick. Yeah. It's telling you, it says, arise, you have been downtrodden for long enough. Perhaps you have been feeling defeated, put upon, underestimated, or walked over in mind, body, or spirit by others or your own doubts and fears. Enough now. You are liberated through the hope in your heart, the defiant optimism that buoys your spirit and demands that you shall have your dawn. You shall rise like the sun and begin anew now. Step up. It is your time. So this whole reading has been telling you, like, don't stay stuck in the bad health of holding on to stability for the sake of what it looks like to someone else and being miserable in that. You know, you have to let that go so that you can move forward, so that new dawn can come for you and this golden palace can be turned upright. Okay? Well, Leo, I thank you so much for coming to the Black-Hearted Oracle. I'm going to check the time to see if I can give you an advice card. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're going to give you an advice card before we go. Okay. What advice does Leo need before we close the reading? Advice for Leo, please. What advice does Leo need before we close the reading? Thank you. Perfection, number 17. It says, dream your passion, fly away. Go through the hoop of your innermost fears and desires. Meet them and conquer them. What pain from childhood have you not dealt with? Move into the wound of your most secret fears and find that seed of wisdom that are planted there. Face what upsets you most. It is a great teacher. Give away whatever is holding you back: insecurities, ego, fear of failure or not being loved, fear of being alone, and be reborn into a new state of perfection. Wow. I couldn't have said it better myself, Leo. So I thank you so much for coming to the Black-Hearted Oracle. I pray these messages found you well, and I hope that you find your higher self in the quiet places. Please like, sorry. Please like, subscribe, and share, and, you know, come back. Thank you. Blessings.